If you're sitting in, do not leave.
If you're illegal protest, move slowly.
Close your demonstration area.
If you are sitting in today, we are sitting in.
Gentlemen, the permitted areas right there in the grassy area. Move to your left.
Let us work. 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 We own this building, not you.
Can we get flip charts up here, please?
Flip charts.
Oh, we're gonna have
Flip charts to
class.
the front.
Are we gonna have class?
We're gonna learn.
Good. We need to learn.
Permitted areas to your left is the grassy area. Please move to your left. Your permitted area.
Let us work. 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 Let us work.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. What democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy feels like. This is what democracy feels like. Show me what democracy feels like. This is what democracy feels like. Show me what democracy feels like. I believe that we will win. 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 Another world is possible. We are unstoppable. One person, one vote.
Because corruption's reached the point where we have no other choice. They're not going to listen to our votes. They're not going to listen to peaceful protests that are not. So what we have to do, big money has its by stranglehold. So.
What will getting arrested do to further your cause?
Well, hopefully draw attention to the problem of money in politics. They'll see that we'll all be.
You're going to get arrested. Step back. Go into the bathroom. Come back. Good sacrifice.
Thank you for sitting in. Your sacrifice will help us win. Thank you for sitting in. Your sacrifice.
Back it up.
Will help us win. Thank you for sitting in. Your sacrifice will help us win.
Step back, please.
Thank you for sitting in. Your sacrifice will help us win. Thank you for sitting in. Your sacrifice will help us win.
Back it up. Keep pushing back. Back it up, folks. Grass area. Back into the grass, folks. Keep moving. Keep moving. Go. Look up, folks. To the grass area.
Getting arrested, you keep moving back.
Voters in. I believe that we will win. That we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
I'm going to go that way.
You gotta go around.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win. That we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
Guys, one side, out. Not here. Both up there.
You see it? I see it right there.
Annabelle!
If you go in, they say you don't come up.
Yeah, I know. Annabelle!
You probably could.
Thank you so much for being here.
You want the zoom lens or is this Oh, everybody sees zoom lens. Yeah, Lawrence Lester gives a month. If I get arrested, live stream.
My name is Medea Benjamin. I'm with the group Code Pink and really excited to be here with you. So I'm old enough that when I went to college, it was pretty much free. You know, you could do a summer job, make a little bit of money, and pay for your entire year of college. It don't work like that anymore, does it? Raise your hand if you have any college debt. Oh, man. You know, it makes no sense because you are doing a service to this country by going to college. And you know what happens in other countries? Not only is the college free, you get a stipend for going to college. Because in other countries, they want you to go to college. Because they understand that they need an educated population to move their country forward. So as part of this teaching, who knows what is represented by $1.2 trillion? Total student debt. Next to mortgage debt is the number one debt in this country, is student debt. Shame! Shame! In 2015, what was the average debt per college student? $35,000. Shame! You have 70,000. How much debt do you have? 85,000. Can somebody write 35,000 up here for me? What other, how much do you have? 15 grand. Boo! How much do you have? 70,000. Boo! 40,000. Boo! Boo! Terrible. All right, the number of people in this country with student debt, how many is it? It is 40 million people. Write that down. 40 million people. Absolutely ridiculous. 40 million people. So we want to also let you know how many people are either defaulting or can't pay their student loans. Well, it's 1 out of 4, so that would be 10 million people intertwined. They serve each other. Okay, this is a very smart soup here. Let's give her a hand. Did you learn that in college, or did you learn inside? All right, all right. So anybody else want to say why they think it is that women and people of color have the most student debt? Yeah.
Get away with. We get subprime loans for the houses, and we get subprime loans for our school. That's what happens. I think women and people of color are the most in debt with student loans because we don't have representation in this house.
Anybody else want to add to the reasons? Exactly, pay equity, because once you get out and you get a job, you get paid less than white men would get paid, and so it's easier for them to repay the student loan. And in terms of people of color, they come generally from households that have less income, so they have to take out more student loans, right? So I'm going to hand over this to Chris Hedges, but as the part of my part of teaching, what are we going to do about it? Sit in, sit in. Sit in, sit in. All right, I want to tell you one statistic that I heard that leaves me really, really hopeful. And I saw it in a paper that doesn't always tell the truth, and that's the Washington Post. And the Washington Post said there was a poll done that said the majority of young people under 30 have a more favorable view of socialism than of capitalism. Now that is totally extraordinary. That will change the face of this country for years to come if you don't lose that idealism. So hang on to it. No, the system is rotten. The system won't even give you an education for free. And we got to transform this system into one that cares about students, that cares about the elderly, that cares about the inequalities that are systemic, and is going to change it. Thank you. Long live the students.
Thank you. Let's not forget that today is Emancipation Day. Hundreds of African Americans built that house and they were never paid for their labor, and their children were never paid for that labor, and their grandchildren were never paid for that labor, and they still, to this day, have never been compensated for their labor. The original sin of America is genocide and slavery. And that sin has crept into every pore of this country until we ourselves have become captive to the capitalist forces that exploit indigenous people, African Americans, and women, and have carried out a corporate coup d'etat. We did not do enough for fight for freedom for our brothers and sisters in indigenous communities and for African Americans, and we are not doing enough now. And the capitalist forces that exploited and destroyed their lives, rent their families, carried out a campaign of genocide, have now taken complete control of this country. There is no way to vote against the interests of Goldman Sachs or ExxonMobil or Citibank or any other corporation. And this house has become their brothel. You're right. They roam these corridors when we are kept outside. They write the legislation that slowly disempowers, disenfranchises, and impoverishes us all. Have turned sacrifice zones from post-industrial cities to the coal fields of southern West Virginia, to the produce fields in Florida and California, to Pine Ridge, South Dakota, and other prisoner of war camps, and they have finished cannibalizing those places, and these capitalist forces have turned on the rest of us. And the only mechanism we have left to overthrow this corporate coup is to carry out what we are doing today. Sustained acts of mass civil disobedience to wrest back our democracy from corporate predators. And neither party is going to do it for us. The Republicans are as in bed with corporate power as the Democrats. The only way we will overthrow this system and restore a measure of sanity, in particular, shutting down the fossil fuel industry that is about to carry out collective suicide across this planet, by doing what you are doing today. There you go. We're not destroying the planet's ability to nurture life because corporate systems, in theological terms, are systems of exploitation and death. And we come today, we hold this protest in defense of systems of life. It is that stark a battle anyone who reads climate change reports understands. It is a battle for life, and not just our life, the life of all species, the life of this planet. It is a battle for the sacred. And any society that does not honor the sacred, any society that does not grasp that life has an intrinsic value beyond a monetary value, kills itself.